So yeah, we all watched this film. We have things to talk about, and I wanted to talk about how this movie tries to be the Avengers, the first one.
I guess.
But it's 3 times as good because there are 3 cubes in this one. Because Avengers is about a Tesseract.
It's about one box.
It's about one box.
Yeah, one box.
There's one box. Yeah.
This one has 3 boxes.
This one has 3 boxes, guys. There's 3 boxes, so this movie's 3 times as good.
Or at least 3 times
It's
as
also darker as well, which is interesting.
That's true. Yes. I mean, it's lighter. It has comedy moments, but it's painted like it's really dark.
Which is the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's such a mindfuck where they it's like it's really dark and brooding, or well, it tries to be anyway, and then suddenly it's this offhand, like super comedic, lighthearted, and you're like, okay, I don't know how to feel.
Yeah, totally. It's all over the place. I feel like they want to have their cake and eat it. Like, oh, we're a comedy. Oh, sad, feel bad.
Yeah, but that's you know why that happened.
Yeah, but I want to hear from you why you think.
Because that you effectively have 2 directors and 2 editors, 2 creative visions working in this film that didn't mesh.
Yeah,
at all.
I mean, it's
so you end up with literal Zack Snyder stops, Joss Whedon starts.
They almost work together independently together on the same film.
Yeah, they were both given a script and they both did their own rewrites. And I mean, I understand somewhat why this happened because, you know, Zack Snyder had a personal tragedy, basically pulled out of the film completely, and Joss Whedon stepped up to fix it. But it's not like he tried to work within the vision that was already there, such that it was. He just decided, no, I'm Joss Whedon. I do like quippy Firefly.
Yeah.
Let's make jokes and have like witty dialogue. So I'm gonna just cut that randomly into the film.
Yeah, I mean, I also heard rumors that Zack Snyder was actually fired before the tragedy happened.
Oh.
And then they brought Joss Whedon in to, like, you know, make it more Joss Whedon.
Oh, because people liked the trailer or something? Was that?
I think they wanted Avengers. They really wanted Avengers. I think DC wanted Avengers so bad, they're like, let's just get Joss Whedon and make DC Avengers for us.
Right.
Because that's this movie. But it's not 1 box, it's 3 boxes.
At last. Praise to the unity. The 3 is 1.
Right. And Joss Whedon was like, I'm never going to make another Avengers film again because that first one was the big pile of shit. And then DC turned up and said, hey,
here's money.
Do you want a big pile of money? And he was like, how many boxes you got? And they were like 2 boxes. And he said, I'm going to need 3.
We're going to need 3 boxes. Yeah.
But I mean, it's weird with the comedy. I feel like I'm going to jump the gun a bit here. And I'm going to say the only moment in this movie that was that I enjoyed in like a legitimately that's fun was when Flash was running towards Superman after he gets resurrected. Again, jumping the gun. And Superman turns and looks at him as he's running in super speed, and he gets like all shocked. That was wonderful. I love that. That was great. Everything else didn't really land at all.
I thought most of the Flash humor hit for me, but he's a pretty easy character to make humor out of. Well, I mean, not that he's the Flash, but that sort of character, like someone who's young and excited about the whole superhero thing. He's basically Spider-Man from the Marvel.
Yeah.
See, I'm afraid of bugs and guns and obnoxiously tall people and murder, and I can't be here. Full transparency, I've never done battle. I've just pushed some people and run away.
Yes, but they did a bad ripoff. So for most of it, I was just like, well, this isn't working for me. It's like I see what you were trying to do, but you didn't do it.
But most of the jokes are like, oh, I made a joke and no one laughed. Oh, I'm so cringy, haha. They were like purposely set up to fail so you could laugh at the failure.
Yeah, but that wasn't funny.
Exactly, it wasn't funny, and they were trying to be funny, and it wasn't funny. And I remember watching this in the theater. I was the only person laughing in the entire theater because no one else was laughing, and I was laughing at how bad and awkward the situation was.
Oh, that must be great.
So I was just sitting there.
Everyone's looking at you, kind of like, who's that retard? Like,
why is he
laughing?
laughing?
Why is he laughing at these jokes?
Very serious movie. Why is he laughing?
But I found him amusing. the Flash.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like he was anywhere near the sort of level that they've managed to pull off with Spider-Man, who I
Right.
think is much more entertaining.
Yeah.
But I mean, also, isn't it terrible that this movie is such like it's so made in that mold that we can't help but compare it, because it wouldn't necessarily have to be that way. You could have done something different, right?
Yeah, well,
like it's
But
different.
they
heroes,
want
it's
Marvel
different-
money. But Johan, they want Marvel money, and Marvel money people, the audience, they want to see boxes and they want to see jokes.
Yeah, but they should try making a good movie then, because they didn't.
Also, another thing that bothered me was the villain, Steppenwolf.
Yeah,
Like, besides the name Steppenwolf. I mean,
beside
Yes,
the
thank
80s
you.
hairband name.
that's
yeah.
a terrible name. Just putting that aside. All he did on the screen was like show up in monologue and talk about boxes.
And his
His mother box. Mother is calling me.
Yeah,
Mother.
he was literally the big bad and nothing else.
Where is my mother box? Mother box. Mother is calling. Praise to the unity. Praise to the mother of horrors.
he was the big bad Steppenwolf, yeah.
But he's like Sauron, except like from Lord of the Rings, except without the build-up, without all the interesting lore
Yeah,
around
the
it.
lore.
Like,
Yeah, and Sauron is meant to be just like a force of evil.
yeah, yes,
Right.
exactly.
Sauron is
exactly.
not meant to have a character. His like
And people-
minions to have the characterization. Saruman and the other bad guys and Gollum and whatever are the ones that add sort of character to the evil in this.
Yeah, and the elves and everybody knows about this, Saruman and
Yes, and
yeah,
the
well,
story is told like successively, and in the case of movies, in three different movies, right?
unlike this movie where the Amazon warriors like, this box is just shaking. We don't know why. Just point your arrows at it,
Yeah,
and then just randomly this dude appears, and then they talk about it later. They're
And
like,
yeah,
oh,
and they
he's a
and they
destroyer of
know
worlds.
who he is as well, which which we don't as an audience. He turns up and he's like, I'm the bad guy, and they're like, he's the bad guy, and as an audience
Yeah.
you're like, okay.
he's the bad guy.
I guess he is. There was no build up in anything in the other movies, like the Avengers movies. They had all these like in Iron Man and like hints at who the bad guy is gonna be, and then you would build up to that, and then you would have Thanos as the
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
guy. Here, just like, oh, I'm the bad guy. Woohoo!
Well, did you notice they tried to do some world building in this one when at the end he says something about he brings up Darkseid.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, I'm talking about they didn't do any world
No,
building
they
for this
didn't do
one.
anything for him,
Yeah.
for Steppenwolf.
But he's setting something up
But
for later.
Steppenwolf is trying to set up something
Got it.
later with Darkseid or Darkseid. I can't remember
Okay.
how it's pronounced.
But the
Please
other
don't
problem
kill
is-
me, DC nerds.
When they had the big fight in like whatever 3,000 years ago, and they had the boxes,
Yeah.
couldn't they like put a box on Mars, a box on like Jupiter, and send another box to, like outer space? The whole problem was when they get the boxes together, you get the mother box,
Yeah.
3 in
and-
1. There's a lot of Christ allegory stuff here. 3 in 1, 1, 3.
Sure.
Couldn't they like split them up and like send them off to space?
But they didn't.
They didn't do that. Because that's my solution to every movie. Like put a portal, put the girl in space, and
Yeah,
close
it's
the portal.
like that's the solution to every bad plot, right? Like if
That's
these
your
people
solution
just
Yeah.
thought things through before they did them.
I don't think any of the Amazons, the Atlanteans, or the humans had space travel at that point.
dude, I saw a fucking Green Lantern.
Allies from other worlds.
That's true.
Yeah.
There were the Green Lanterns.
Yeah, I thought about that earlier, and I was like, hold on a minute.
But maybe the
Can
Green
this-
Lanterns were like, "We'll help you, but
Yeah.
we ain't touching these things.
Yeah, we don't want.
We
no
don't
boxes.
want them anywhere near us."
They had the fucking Green Lantern, and they're like a galaxy-wide organization, right? They could have like flew out the box easy.
Yeah,
Easy.
they could have put the box on that sentient planet, so that
exactly.
if Steppenwolf turns up, the planet just eats him.
Yeah, but
Right.
Steppenwolf had some sort of teleporting ability thing, and also I don't know where he went with the teleport whenever he went away. By the way, but yeah.
Yeah, like he'll show up somewhere else.
He's got a green room.
Yeah, he just
He's
hangs
got
out.
like a little coffee table and some apples.
Yeah, and then he goes on stage again, and he's being bad.
Yeah.
Another character I didn't enjoy was Robot Guy. Robot
Cyborg.
Man. No,
Cyborg?
Cyborg. Is that his name?
Yes.
Okay.
Was his
Yeah,
name
Robot Man.
Cyborg?
I don't know.
Yes. Well, that's his name in the comics. Cyborg.
Okay.
Oh,
That's even
my
more
God,
generic
that's
than
a
I
terrible
thought.
name.
But
Okay.
I can't remember his actual name. Victor?
Yeah.
No, I was
Vic-
talking about his. Yeah.
Yeah,
But his
like the
character name.
real guy, whatever, under the robot hood is Victor.
Yeah, but I think he was really boring and just came out of nowhere and didn't care for him. And he was just broody and angry all the time.
If these are gifts, why am I the one paying for them?
Yeah, they didn't make him very likable. I mean, he's meant to be in like Teen Titans and stuff. He's way more jovial.
But we also had Superman's resurrection in this movie.
Yes.
And I found it really weird that they just left the box there.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, like we got a box. We can use it to have enough static electricity to jolt up Superman somehow. Some science.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
one of those not pacemaker. What are they called? Like the heart starters, but for
Right.
Superman.
Yeah,
And also it works after he's been dead for however long he was dead. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's not. He doesn't rot. They do throw something in there.
They
But
talk
like,
about that. He doesn't
Yeah.
biodegrade.
No,
Yeah,
I
don't know
know,
why.
I was just saying that like they were doing the same thing as you would do for a person before the person starts rotting. I guess that's not really what happens, but whatever.
It was less that they were starting his heart, and more that they were using the power, the unbridled creativity of the box.
Right.
Or- yeah.
Because Cyborg Boy Man, he was a human and the power was too much.
Yes.
But Superman is an unhuman being.
Yes, he's
otherworldly.
unlimited.
Unlimited power. Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
so he can,
unlimited power.
so
Yeah,
he
thank
can
you.
handle it.
Right. So he could exactly use the power to his
So
advantage.
he could handle the box. He just spins it around on his finger.
Yeah, he's fine.
You're watching the second part of our discussion of Justice League, and then we have the last guy, Gadget Man.
The last
Gadget
guy.
Man,
Let's
yeah.
ignore the other characters.
I mean, I don't care about Aquaman or Wonder Woman. Did they do anything at all? I feel-
Aquaman was stupid. Wonder Woman, I like the way she fights, like the choreography. Everything else terrible. But anyway, Gadget Man. I haven't seen Batman vs Superman, by the way, and I'm not going to.
Right.
Because I find the idea just stupid. Like, whatever. I'm not gonna watch it. It's fine. Now, Gadget Man in this movie, he's useless. He's so fucking useless. Like as
No,
the
he's
Batman.
rich. He's
yes,
rich though.
yeah. Like, oh, what's your superpower? Oh, I'm rich. And
Yeah.
like he says it seriously, and it's supposed to be a joke, but then it's actually serious at the same time, so it's not a joke.
Yeah.
I,
He's rich.
Oh, and then, but yeah,
so
he's Gadget Man, and then this crawler turns up suddenly. Where the fuck did the crawler come from? Who made what? What would you use that for anything else than that specific situation they were in?
Yeah, I mean, he has a gadget for everything.
Yeah, he's
Exactly.
Gadget Man.
That's his
That's his
thing.
actual superpower.
Yeah, right. That's and then it's like then he shows up when Superman was resurrected. He shows up and Superman just grabs him and it's like, thinking maybe I should kill him or whatever.
Oh, he says the best line in that movie. He says to Batman, "Do you bleed?"
So he remembers who he is.
Right.
So he's just being evil because he's being a dick.
Yeah, he's being an asshole. He's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you were an asshole to me."
It's not like he's confused and has no
No,
idea
no,
what's
no,
going
no.
on. He knows exactly
he
who
remembered,
Batman
he
is.
remembered that
Yeah.
part because he said like, "I remember you" before he even came up to Gadget Man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And he's like,
then the big guns arrive and he just tosses Batman aside, right?
And then Batman goes, "Oh, something's bleeding," and Joss Whedon goes, "Yeah,
I made a joke.
I made a joke."
So anyway, the other thing about this, okay, so Gadget Man is useless, but apparently so is everyone else except Superman. Because in the end, everyone fucking fails except Superman that just fucks him up. The guy,
Right.
whatever the ridiculous name guy. Yeah,
Steppenwolf,
thank you.
yeah.
Right, like...
I mean, their entire
So-
league is useless. It's
yes,
just Superman doing
and
the
so
work,
if they
yeah.
didn't resurrect Superman,
Yeah.
they would have lost. And Earth
Yes,
would have
and-
been destroyed. And really, everyone else could just kind of go home anyway. Like, after they resurrected Superman, it's just like, you know what, Superman,
needed
why don't
Cyborg.
you take this one?
They needed a cyborg.
Yeah, he hacked into cubes. So,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
They needed the hacker.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But
he
whose
was
idea
important, but
was
not for
it?
the fighting.
Whose idea was it to resurrect Superman? It was
Gadget
Batman's.
Yes.
So Gadget Man had one role, and it was to bring back Superman.
yeah, he had the idea.
It was to undo his mistake, yes.
Yes.
One last thing I was going to talk about before we wrap up: Skybeam. This movie
Skybeam.
This movie
It's
has a Skybeam.
numerous
right?
Skybeams.
So, yeah.
They're like mini Skybeams.
Every time
they
he
just wanted
teleports.
to like sprinkle their Skybeams in just a little bit. It's always, but it was blue, so
It was a blue Skybeam.
it's important that it's a blue Skybeam. Yeah.
Like
Where
the
did
hellscape.
he go?
He went to his green room.
He hangs out there.
Yeah.
And just chills. In Russia, I think. Was that it?
No,
Is
it's
that
like
where
in
all the
space
green
somewhere.
rooms are?
It's a cube because he
right.
loves cubes.
It
So
must
he's in
be
a
a cube in
giant
space.
floating cube.
Oh,
in
so-
space.
Oh, okay. Is it one of
Yeah.
those cubes that's like it's really small, but then on the inside it's big?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's large on the inside.
Yeah,
It's blue, probably. Also blue.
probably blue. I like to think it's green. It is
Oh.
actually like a literal green
Room.
with a
okay.
green couch.
But blue on the outside, though.
Blue on the
no.
outside.
So if you ever
Inside.
get
Yeah.
a picture of him in there, you can just put him in like anything.
You can put them wherever you want. Yeah,
Exactly.
It's really easy to.
But end of the film, there's a sky beam, I think. Or there's a box beam. What happens? The box is going to turn the planet into a lavascape or something? Hellscape?
Yeah, it's going to turn it into his home planet apparently.
Right. And
Which isn't that exactly what
there's another
Zod
guy. Yeah. That's what Zod was doing too.
was
What-
trying to do?
He's trying to. There was another sky beam, the terraforming beam.
Yeah.
Turned
So it
planet
was
Earth.
basically another terraforming beam.
Right. It was literally.
Holy sh!
We watched Superman, the movie.
The
again.
layers in this movie, man, it's so deep.
The laziness of this movie.
Yeah, I
man.
mean
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
So anyway, this was a great movie. I recommend everyone to see it.
Yeah. I was gonna say welcome to 2009 DC, but I think I can't even say that because they're not even ripping off Marvel. at this
No,
point.
this is much worse. This is much worse than the first one, and of course they're not even close
Yeah.
to the latest one.
Yeah. It's not even the first one. It's not even because they have no setup and they couldn't even get the right things. Even with Joss Whedon on board, they couldn't do what Marvel had in 2009 at that point.
But I mean, to be fair, they have Ben Affleck as Gadget Man,
Oh my god.
so I feel like that's a handicap.
But you know what? I needed more time. Superman's face or his mustache. It needed more time in the CGI oven.
Needed to cook a bit longer.
Yeah, like his face looked weird all the time, and then I wasn't sure why, and then I read that he had
The
a mustache
Yeah.
that they had
'Cause
to
he was
CGI.
Filming the Mission Impossible film.
Exactly.
Oh
And then they had-
my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So actually, well, they called him back for reshoots when Joss Whedon came in,
Yeah.
and he was in the middle of Fallout, Mission Impossible Fallout, I think it is.
Right.
Was that the one? Whatever the latest one was, and he refused to shave the mustache because he was filming that,
Exactly.
and it was a real mustache, so they just had to CG it out.
Exactly. And it looks so weird, his face when he talks, because they CGI'd his face.
Yeah, and we're still not good at that,
Yeah.
doing faces.
No.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna talk about CGI, I think the CGI was very.
Steppenwolf was very good.
Yeah, him, but everything.
There's a lot of bad CGI, yeah.
Almost, not everything, but almost any time that the CGI, I go, well, that's CGI, that's, And then also, that's not how those things work, right? Which, to some extent, that's fine in a superhero movie, but here it's so blatant, combined with the fact that there's no real world around them. It's like they're in their superhero bubble all the time,
Yeah.
and there's
Yeah,
no interaction
lived in
with the real world,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Even the only civilians that we get are these Russian people family.
Yeah,
And they're obviously in like a recording studio somewhere, like no one cares about them. Like they don't interact with anyone else. They're just like
they very briefly interact with the Flash.
right,
Like,
exactly.
right at the end.
It was so weird. Like in the Avengers movies, you have all these random people, New York.
Someone-
Yeah, and
it's a
like
setting.
you show, like you get to see the destruction that's kind of happening for like real
and people are
or
affected,
whatever.
randoms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So some producer literally said we need to have a human element
a family that's in danger.
in this final climax.
So we
So
can-
let's
yeah,
put
let's
our
just
family-
shove it in.
yeah,
yeah,
because it's not it's not integral to the whole scene. Like you could very easily cut it out.
you can cut the whole thing out.
There's like maybe a couple of lines that they need to cut out.
I
There's
bet-
the Superman just fucking bugging off, but I mean I don't even need.
I bet you that's part of a reshoot. Like,
Doesn't
hey,
even need
it
to-
doesn't have
yeah.
this. Like, it wasn't even the original film. like we need to add a human thing, and they just like randomly cut this thing together.
And we need to make Superman, care about the little guy, because that was one
Yeah.
of the biggest criticisms for against Man of Steel, was that he didn't save individuals.
Exactly.
He was more like mopey and trying to.
Well,
save,
I mean, in this
the
one,
world.
he takes an entire house with him.
yeah, but they added that as a way of trying to go back to.
Yeah, because
the
you
sort
have
of
Flash. He
Superman
saves
roots.
the family people.
Yes, he saves a small group of people, but Superman saves a lot.
And yeah, this wraps up the episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this discussion on YouTube or on Spotify or
whatever.
or whatever. I don't think we're on
Wherever you
Spotify.
know,
I don't
the
know how
usual
this is
places.
happening. I don't know how internet works. If you haven't seen it, look for it. Maybe it's on YouTube. I don't know.
Also, this has been us talking. Bye bye.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Mother box.